Did anyone miss me? Oh, AEW, you have been trying so hard to get back in the good graces of fans after the all-out brawl-out fiasco for these many, many months. And you may have actually done that. A lot of people have been saying you're getting your groove back, you're winning the fans' trust, we just need to get Punk and the Elite on the same page. And Dax is trying his damnedest to do that, and now he's also in the state of, I don't know what to do, because Vince McMahon's back and destroying everything we're trying to have fun with. So, that happened, but enough about that drama. Let's instead talk about a match. A wrestling match of technical prowess. Bryan Danielson versus Bandido. An all-in original versus the dragon. The wrestling dragon. Oh boy. Like, this is part of the build-up feud for MJF versus Bryan Danielson at Revolution. So Bryan Danielson a few weeks ago challenged MJF to a match at Revolution. A 60-minute Iron Man match. Sizzling. My God. The content and quality of that match will be out of this world. But, yeah, Bryan Danielson challenged MJF to a 60-minute Iron Man match, and naturally MJF said, no. Which we all know ends very well when he doesn't want things to go the way that they want to, because that always ends well, right? And Bryan Danielson is honestly the guy you should use to put over your new world heel champion, especially even though he put over Hangman already, but now we gotta put over MJF. But he's also the right guy, I feel. That'll be his first big feud after winning the title. Because Bryan Danielson has said repeatedly in interviews he doesn't want the belt. He doesn't want the world title. Which is just like saying, it's like saying the best wrestler in the world doesn't want to be the world champ. It doesn't want, like the best basketball player isn't interested in the World Cup. Okay, I had something going there, but now I lost it. Isn't interested in winning the cup of the trophy of the big NBA game. Yeah, I don't watch NBA. Sorry. So MJF basically indulged Bryan's insanity because Bryan is known for his very horny ways, so he needs to placate him before Bryan does disturbing things and freaks people out and makes the investors be like, so, yeah. Bryan took on Konosuke Takeshita. My God. I still gotta talk about that match when I finally get to watching it, but I wanted to see this match. I've been waiting for this. Bryan Danielson versus goddamn Bandido. Because Bandido signed with AEW and then disappeared a little bit. I initially assumed, like, here's the thing. I said I would give Tony Khan a time limit. If he does not put Bandido on AEW Dynamite, and then when you reason out that you're going to have him be the first big, he's going to be on the first episode of Ring of Honor on Weekly, then, if he's not on Ring of Honor Weekly, then I'll start ranting. Finally, Bandido was finally put on TV. Yay! And it's against Bryan Danielson. That's a good match waiting to happen. Now, if we had Big E versus Bryan Danielson, that would be even more disturbing. Yeah, Bryan Danielson it makes... He's very expressive in his beliefs. Let's just go with that. Oh, God. Bryan took on Bandido, and his second run to compete for the chance to fight MJF at Revolution in his desired 60-minute Iron Man minute match. And 60-minute Iron Man minute match. I don't know why I said that. But Bandido was going to be a tough opponent. Let's be real. Bandido is a great wrestler. He's awesome. He showcased himself at All In. He showcased himself against Jericho, and everyone wanted him after that because All In just wasn't enough to showcase his abilities. But yeah. Also, Bryan's hairline is receding. Like, half the time when I see him, I'm thinking, is he wearing a wig that's just very loose? But then I realize, oh wait, his wig's not loose. He's not wearing a wig, and his hair's not. Is just very. He's just getting older, and yet it's still somehow performing at this kind of level. God help us. But yeah, when these two locked, and we're doing the gun finger thing because I don't know, they're secretly auditioning for Bullet Club. Also, tragedy. This is the AEW Dynamite that tried at least to honor Jay Briscoe, who tragically passed away this week in a horrendous car accident that had his daughters involved. They're in the hospital. They went through surgery and all that, and they had to do that. But Jay Briscoe unfortunately did not survive the accident. And my unrelenting hatred for WBD continues as they told AEW, look, you could have the arm brands. We just don't want him on TV. We just don't want to mention him. You're not allowed to do a tribute show because we're kind of assholes. By the way, ignore the Ezra Miller nonsense. Let's just ignore the crimes of Ezra Miller and the, oh my god, you're making Logan Paul look like he's actually a saint apology. But yeah, so they couldn't do much for AEW with honoring Jay Briscoe, so they mostly stuck to wrestling moves and arm brands. But Bryan and Bandido went out there and delivered a hot match. It was on fire. It was crisp, clean, technical. It had its high-flying moments. And I'm also seeing pinning combinations that made me fun. That was fun. Unique pinning combinations I've never seen throughout my time as a wrestling fan. That should tell you how much I've watched only one specific show for a long period of time. And seeing Bryan Danielson especially doing stuff that he never did do in WWE from what I've seen, it is something else entirely. And Bandido, I like how the commentators like to point out that while they understand Bandido and the significance of the mask of luchador wrestling, lucha libre, they do question the fact that why would he cover his nose and mouth? Like at least Rey Mysterio, they don't understand that. I don't get why he does that either. He could just cover. They could have holes for his mouth and nose, but he instead opts to wear a full-on mask because bandana rhymes with Bandido something. I don't know. But seeing these two have a technical match and them going to town on this, and I hope Bryan does not take that the wrong way because he will. This was one of the matches I was hoping to see between when Bandido officially signed with All Elite. I thought for sure we would eventually see that on Ring of Honor pay-per-view because, let's be real, Bryan, I am amazed Tony Khan has held himself back from having the American Dragon be on ROH content. You would think that would happen. But nope, they haven't. Nope, I'm surprised by the restraint he's showing on that. But Bandido and Bryan stole it. They had the best match of the night in my honest opinion, and that's saying a lot, and especially since Saraya and Toni Storm are now forming their all former WWE women faction to take on the AEW originals, which should hopefully lead to a blood and guts. So yeah, I've been after I had seen Bandido in action, and he signed, like, even WWE was gunning for him. Like, when they saw him perform, they were like, we gotta get this son of a bitch's number by the end, before AEW gets him. Before the match is through, we gotta get a call for him. Like, that is how good Bandido's match with Jericho was. Like, WWE was, like, under Triple H and Nick Khan, the fucking idiot, as I now see him as, and Stephanie going ahead and going on the phone and like, okay, we need to get Bandido's number before the match is over. This guy is that damn good. And I still remember when I saw some people on Twitter when All In happened, when people were thinking, is that Pac? Which of course makes me, looking back on that was, because if I had to guess why people thought that was Pac, because other than the hair, it was because, if I had to take the wild guess, it's because no one knew who Bandido was, and therefore they couldn't imagine this unknown guy, not even known in New Japan, ROH, and whatnot. They couldn't imagine the idea that this unknown was in the main event of freaking All In. Which of course is understandable on one side. On the other side, Pac was still kind of locked in a contract dispute, and that would have been bad. Though that does give me the hope that we'll see Bandido versus Pac one day, just so we can have that moment where Pac disguises himself as Bandido, and then we can get a call back to All In all those years ago, just to say how people thought I was you and you are me, and yada yada yada. Bryan in this match is Bryan Danielson. Like, he's everything you know he is. He is the successor to the Man of 1,000 Holds. He's the successor to the Man of 1,004 Holds. He is the pro wrestling dragon. He is the Dragon Maker. He is also the most horniest of wrestlers. I am not letting that go. Like, he makes this way too easy these days. Like, it's honestly kind of disturbing how he's so obsessed in trying to be as horny as possible since he left WWE. Like, he was doing horny stuff before, like, the fist me thing, and the wrestlers freaking out, thinking, and all the stuff he did talking smack, but then Bryan was like, let's amp this up to 11. And long and behold, we have the horny strong style master, Bryan Danielson. So that means I can post all the jokes I can about this on my Twitter account. Especially his obsession for blood. In fact, I'm kind of amazed how restrained he's been with holding back the idea to bleed buckets. Especially when he saw Ruby Soho bleeding on Rampage probably during her street fight match, which I will talk about eventually, hopefully. And Bryan trying his damnedest. I'm pretty sure. I'd like to imagine backstage Bryan saw this. It was like, I must bleed for TV. I must bleed. No, I gotta wait till March. Then I can bleed buckets. And Bryan's gonna have the biggest moment of insanity ever. That's gonna be funny. Seriously, Bryan makes this too easy. Oh man, if I ever land an interview with the guy, I'm gonna ask him, Bryan, why are you so horny? Why are you horny? What happened, man? What happened? But yeah, Bryan defeats Bandido in impressive technical wrestling desires and Busaiku knee. Oh god. And MJF comes out on Titantron and calls him out, saying the more you make this mask slip, you reveal the darkness underneath, and yada yada, like battle not with monsters, lest you become a monster. Some poetic stuff or that. Oh man. Yeah, Bryan is on a mission of vengeance because William Regal, his father figure, was beaten by MJF after he sacrificed Blackpool Combat Club for him. And Bryan has honor. Honor! At least until he starts bleeding, then we can laugh. But yeah, the fact that this feud pretty much happened because of a guy who left AEW is back in WWE. Like, I don't think they've mentioned him fully yet, William Regal yet, since he left after his whole run with AEW ended. But it's still there. The plot is still there. I could be wrong. I haven't watched AEW in full in a long while because I have a job at that time, so I'm working at that time. So yeah, that sucks. But yeah, it's fun. This match was hot. You have to check this out. I wholly recommend it. I also laugh at all the interviews Bryan conducts himself on. Like, even his wife was wondering if she has to do something to get his attention, because that's saying a lot. And oh god, he makes this so funny. And Bandido, man, I'm hoping for more from you. I hope Tony Khan books you more, man. Like Tony Khan's all about forming factions. How about you? Ricky Starks and Action Andrade form a cohesive unit to take on the Jericho Appreciation Society, the Ocho, and whatnot. Like, let's do that. If Tony Khan actually sees this video and actually goes through with that, I'm demanding no easy sum of $700,000. My 500 grand already, Tony. You owe me that. I made Swerve on Glory. Damn it. I should definitely make a merch saying pay NRE. Pay NRE his 500G. Would anyone actually buy that and take it to a show just to get Tony Khan's attention? Say pay NRE his 500G for Swerving Our Glory. Oh god, let's do it. Let's see if we can. Let's see if someone would be interested in that. Okay, let's do that. I'm hoping Noah Foster sees this just so he just runs it through with Jeff Meacham. Okay, enough of that. Enough about my disturbing agenda for my money schemes. Because I am owed that, I feel. I'll see y'all again next time. This was your host, Eric Brown of Neo Reality Entertainment, NRE, the WrestleVerse. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, check out my content in the description below. Stay tuned for more. I'll see y'all again next time. Pizza, take care, and I'll see y'all soon. Breathe with the Switchblade.